Hi, thank you once again for joining us here at the CryptoMind special NerdCon 1 weekly edition. Yes, this is the weekly program for NerdCon 1. I'm affiliated with the NerdCon 1 network, and I'm really proud to be on that network and grateful that they have me on. And as part of the NerdCon 1 network series of videos that I'm doing, I'm kind of taking a how-to approach starting from the beginning. If you missed last week it was the first video, and it was just talking about crypto mining in general and what it is in general and why it's a good thing, and also how to identify if you have equipment already. Like if you've got a desktop PC that's one of those console killers, it's got a hot graphics card in it and a great CPU, or even one, even one that's about a couple years old, you probably got what it takes to start mining. I can even mine on my laptops that don't have a separate video card for CPU mining. And we covered that last week. So now, you saw that video and you went, hey, yeah, from that last video, I'm ready to go. So, hey, so now what? Okay, so there's two big things that you're going to need to be able to accomplish your mining. You're going to need a wallet, and you're going to need mining software. Today I'm going to show you how to get both of those things completely free. So what's a wallet? Okay, a wallet is, just like it sounds. So if you have like a wallet for your cash and or credit cards, right? But especially your dollar bills, and you stuff your dollar bills in your wallet, right? And it's safekeeping. And that is what a wallet is. This is going to be a place to put your crypto. And actually your bank account, in a sense, is a wallet. It is a place where you store dollars, right? And it's held there. That would be what's called a centralized wallet, because there's a centralized institution, aka a bank, that's holding it and doing stuff, and it's probably charging you money every month to do that. And then there's your good old leather wallet that doesn't charge you anything. And you store it, and you keep it, and you keep it secure, and the leather wallet doesn't charge you anything. And there's both of those kinds of products out there in crypto land. What I'm going to talk to you about is decentralized, no fee, and that's where once you mine and you get your rewards for mining, and when the mining pool pays off, then it will pay out to the wallet address that you've made. The next thing is the crypto software that actually does the mining while the machine's working, and that you set it up and you tell it what to mine where, and how to send your funds once you get your rewards, etc., etc. All right, so one of the nice things about crypto land is, for the most part, all of this stuff is what's called open source software. What does that mean? Unlike, say, Microsoft, who makes a product and they've hired all these people to make this product, like Office or Azure or some other things, and then if you want it, you have to buy it. You have to pay money, because they have to recoup their costs for developing all of this and whatnot, and to make a profit. That's their business. Open source software is where people collaborate together, and not only do they collaborate, but they do it out in the open, in a place where everything can be seen, so that when things are added to a program or removed from a program or whatever, everyone involved in it, and including the public, can watch what's going on, and is welcome to take part in it. If you know how to code and dev, you could actually help the community out. Mostly the software is free. I think there's two reasons. People have felt it's important to have free and open access to these products, so that people all over the world can use them without a great entrance fee. In the crypto space, and especially in mining, with proof of work algorithms, the more people that are hashing onto that algorithm and creating a higher and higher hash rate, the more safe and secure the coin is. And I'm going to show you. So we're going to talk today about GPU mining, your graphics cards, the AMD and NVIDIA cards that are out there. Disclosure, currently at my house, I'm all Team Red, I'm all AMD. It just sort of happened that way. I got a rig. Someone gifted me an AMD type card, and so I got more of those. Set up a rig. Blah blah blah. I'm more comfortable with that. But in no way am I saying that NVIDIA cards are no good. In fact, they're fantastic. And actually, the different companies are seemingly, because of just how they build them, are better for certain algorithms than others. So there are many households that have, one of each kind. Or you can be like me, where I have one kind, and even when I want to go and do something that's better on NVIDIA, I still do it on AMD because I want coins, tokens from that project, and I'm fine knowing that I'm a little less efficient, but hey, same equipment, I'm getting it all done. A lot of times when you first start wanting to mine, you got to figure out what it is you want to mine. I'm going to show you this website, miningpoolstats.stream, is one of the, I'd say, with the top websites, most comprehensive websites that talks about mineable coins. And so if you go there, and in this case, when I first went there, if you just type in just that, miningpoolstats.stream, this is what you get. And it's listing all these different coins, and there's there's more. Look at it, 30 pages at 25 each record, and there's more. So there's a whole lot out there. But I'm going to concentrate on Ethereum because it's been a hot coin lately. A lot of people talk about it. That's what a lot of people mining have heard about. So I'm going to start there. You notice there's Bitcoin, and it is mineable, but as I said in my last video, it's only mineable by these what's called ASIC machines, and you'd have to buy them. They're these little hulks, and all they do is just sit there and mine on that one algorithm. In this case, the SHA 256 algorithm for Bitcoin, but that's not accessible really to CPUs and GPUs. If you tried using a GPU to mine Bitcoin, you'd be very, very, very inefficient. So we don't. All right, so we go to Ethereum, and I can just click on Ethereum here. And what it does is it opens up this window for it opens up it for the algorithm ETH hash, right? ETH hash, ETH hash, and you can see over here on the left hand side, you can see all the different coins it's listed here that use ETH hash algorithm, and it gives you a lot of great information. So over on the side here, it can tell you like what the price is. It has a 7-day chart on that. It has a 6-month chart on the difficulty rate. This is how hard it is to mine using a certain calculation, and the more hash rate there is, the more difficult it becomes with each succeeding attempt to get a new set of Ethereum. So, but in the crypto world, again, if the difficulty rate's going up, it's making it harder to get the coin. That actually gives value to the coin because it's harder to get, so that's a really important thing to look at. Now, in the middle here, this is where it lists all the different websites, all the pools that it knows. Now, what's a pool? A pool is a place where people connect to do mining for whatever coin or token. And so instead of you setting up your machine and having it be your machine versus the entire world in hashing, which would be really hard. It could take you, years with your one card inside of your PC box to get any kind of reward at all. I mean, you get the full reward, which in case of Ethereum is like three Ethereum, and at $319, that's a little over $900. Woo, great. But how long are you gonna have to wait till you're lucky enough to be that last solving share of the block? It could be a long, long time. So instead, what people do is they pool all their hash power into these mining pools. So mining pool stats, its default organization is it shows the mining pools in order of who's got the most hash rate going on on the network, right? And you go down, down, down. It'll show you the name of the pool. If it has a flag, it'll show you like where that company is based out of. That could also mean that that's where, if you connect with it, that's where the hub is, the node is where you go to mine it on the internet. You'll notice some that say they have a world globe here, and like this says US, EU, Asia. That means they have ways to connect on the internet to servers in the US, the European Union, and Asia. And then you'll see some like that's Taiwan, Germany, United States, Canada. I mean, you could find nearly everything. There's Ukraine. Anyone who wants to set up a pool and then sends their particulars to Mining Pool Stats, they'll get listed here, which is fantastic. So here's where you can choose what pool you'd like to mine in. I'm going to cover this in an entire video in the future, but here's the one thing I'm going to say is a lot of people think, oh wow, well if this one does the most hashing, so I should go to that one because it's the most powerful and that's going to be better for me. That's not actually true. In fact, and I've been taking years kind of studying this by trial and error. The fact is with your mining at your power, whatever it is, versus the whole world's worth of power, it is a mathematical equation, and you're going to get X amount of reward, no matter whether you hash with a pool that has a whole lot of hash or not that much hash. The only difference is how often you'll get a reward. So in really large hash pools, you'll get rewards way more often. But because you're sharing it with everyone else that's in the pool and your strength of your hash rate, it could be a really teeny tiny share. So they're like throwing you little teeny tiny little crumbs, but they're getting the crumbs regularly. Whereas if you do, as I did just recently, I actually went down here to I went all out. I went down here to the 47th largest pool, crazypool.org, and I hooked in with them recently. And like it says here, the last time they found a share was 19 hours ago. Whereas over here at Sparkpool and ethermine.org, they're finding one every 2 minutes. But here's the amazing thing. I used to mine with Mining Pool Hub, the one here at number 7. But in 3 days, I would get about 0.03 worth of Ethereum. They would get many shares throughout the day, but each share gave me a very, very, very small amount. I mean, really small. But then all of them added up finally would get me to like 0.01 each day. I came into crazypool.org, and actually when I looked at their stats, they hadn't found a share in 5 days. And I was like, wow. And so here's Crazy Pool, and here is the stats with my mining going on. As you can see, I got one worker. Worker is just like a machine. So like I have 3 RX 580s on that machine that are pointed at Crazy Pool to mine. And so this is my hash rate over the last hour. Here's my average over 6 hours. And then this chart down here below is showing 2 things. The blue is showing my actuals over the course every so many minutes or so. And the orange is showing the average, over time, like over the last day, taking a look at that. And you'll notice that if you look at that, it kind of wavers. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And I've noticed that in mining, that my same machine with the same power doing the same thing tends to have this little oscillating effect. And it pretty much doesn't matter what coin, what pool, anything. It's just something that happens. So whether you're mining on a big pool for little nibbles or on a small pool, and when you do get it, you get a big bite, it tends to come out the same for you, the miner. So with that in mind, I'm just going to tell you, if you can, please choose a pool that's not like the top 2 or 3, or not one that's like eating like over a quarter of of the entire world's network effort. There's a reason for that. You never want to see one of these things go to 51% or higher, because that makes it subject to attacks, hacking attacks. So decentralizing your mining is really important as well. So if you choose a different mine, then you're helping out with all of that. You're helping make safe the very thing that you're mining. All right, so let's just pick one of these. I'm going to go to in this case, like, to Mining Pool Hub. You can go and check out any of these, and I encourage you, do all your research. Don't just do what I did, just because. Do your own research. Check out some of these things. So we go to Mining Pool Hub here. It's interesting. This one has a setup where you're going to in this case, I've got an account on Mining Pool Hub, and so I can sign in. You'd set it up the first time yourself. All right, and so when you come in here, like say to Ethereum, you can check out, if you check out on like the news, it'll give you the instructions. Okay, before you start, know this. Here's your miner guide. This is the address of the place that you're going to connect in to mine, depending on where you live. And between communication and it's measured in milliseconds, but it can be, much quicker, and that might help you get just a little bit more than you might not have. But hey, I've mined in pools in Russia because they had certain features that I liked, and so I knew I had a longer speed, but there were some flexibilities I liked. So there's a million reasons out there. All right, for me, I live in the United States, so I would have this as the address, and this one's really great. They even tell you, like, depending on what mining program you have, and so they're going to list some, and that's why I'm here. They have Claymore. Claymore's been a product that's been around for quite a while. It says it does both AMD and NVIDIA mining, so you can set up your setups for that. They even give you an example, like here, to mine Ethernet, Ethereum only, and it gives an example string, command string, that you would use to put it in. You'll notice that here where it says username, worker name, that you have to put in yourself. You're gonna set up workers over here in the worker section, and worker name dot and then machine name, rig name. So that way, if you had different rigs, so like if I had my mining rig working on it, and it had my worker name dot the rig name, and then I could also have like my worker name dot my PC box name, and that way, if I wanted to see how they were doing, separately, how they were performing, I could check all of that out. So some pools are like this, where they have you create a little account, create little worker names, and then set it all up like that. If you go over to a pool like, say, Crazy Pool, and a lot more of the pools are similar to Crazy Pool these days. So over here where it says how to start, and like most of them have that, it'll just tell you. So it gives you like the URL that you would put in. So instead of putting like the US-East Mining Pool Hub or whatever, you'd put this in. And then you would just flat out put your receiving address for Ethereum right there, the one that starts 0x blah 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 blah, and then dot, and then you can put your machine name there if you like. Down here is like for the, here's the Claymore one, for example, or Phoenix Miner, and here's that string again, right? It looks almost the same with a couple other things in there, but you just put in your receiving address here and your rig name here when you're in your program, which I'll show you in a little bit, and put in all these little ticks, these ESM, all pools, all coins. They're little settings within the program. That's something you're going to have to work on yourself. That's kind of like the hobby part of this. You're going to have to tinker with it a little bit. And then there's the different servers, right? Here they have two for the United States, East and West. So whether you're East Coast, West Coast, or what side you're on, you can use that. Now, you've now seen some names of mining programs, right? Claymore Miner, Phoenix Miner. There's also another one that, and you can Google this stuff up, and I recommend you do, and look around. One that I've been liking lately is called teamredminer, for the AMD cards. Teamredminer, because AMD's red, it goes with that. So I searched that up in my search bar, and I already have it installed in my computer, but when it came up, there's like many different links or whatnot, and you'll even see version 0.77, 0.762. Now this one here, GitHub 0.7.10.10, right? That looks like the latest. But what I also like is it's a GitHub link. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to GitHub, and this is that open source place that I was talking about. And teamredminer, and it shows the different, all of the different algorithms that teamredminer will mine out of this program. There's a whole bunch of them, okay? Because there are a lot of different algorithms for different coins. They're mainly known for ETH#, but they will do the Kryptonite ones as well for your GPU card, which tend to be more CPU, but you can use your GPUs for that. There's some others here. This Cuckatoo and Kookaroot are used for something called Grin, and a couple other coins out there. MTP, this is Zcoin, uses MTP. So there's all kinds of stuff. And if you see this percentage here where it says fee, all right, is that I think it's either every hour, every 90 minutes, the program will go away, like it'll mine for about 90 seconds on a totally different setting, and it's for the developers. So they get 90 seconds of your time, and they try to grab their shares for some stuff, and then they go back to you. And honestly, for all the work and all the programming, everything that goes into these things, that is an unbelievably cheap price to pay. I am more than happy to support devs in their work. So look over here on the side. If you see releases, this is usually where you'll find the zip files of the packages to mine. And you'll notice here on teamredminer, we've got Linux and Windows. Okay, for those of you who have a Linux box, by the way, absolutely, Linux is great for mining. And if you're into Linux, and you're probably really comfortable with a lot of command line stuff and making your own little flags and doing all that, and it is said that on Linux, because it doesn't have as much gunk in the programming as Windows does, that you can get a little bit better speed, but it does take way more setup work. So yeah, I would go over here to teamredminer and just download the zip and download it into my computer. I have a specific mining programs folder in my computer where I keep all of this stuff. So I've got a miners directory, and then like in there I've got the zip files, and then I've also got them unzipped out here for the program. So there's teamredminer 710 that I downloaded, and then I unzipped it, and then when you go in, it's like, oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Teamredminer tried to create a bunch of batch files to have almost all the programming for certain different popular coins already in it. Now, of course, it's got its addresses and its favorite mining pool. So you would populate it with the stuff that you want. So I haven't done Ethereum on my PC box yet. So it's like I'm going to edit the batch file, And if you didn't see that, right, I just selected it, I clicked, and then I clicked edit, and bam, up comes Windows Defender. Oh, we're preventing an unrecognized app. Okay, and the only button it gives you is don't run, right? But it does give you this link for more info. And then it's like, yeah, start ETH bath. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Run it anyway. So when you come in here, they've given you a lot of the settings. If you see a line with the 2 colons, that's their way of making it a comment. So when the program runs, it doesn't actually run anything in a line that starts with 2 colons. So it gives you an example right here of an algorithm, and then you would just put in the stuff that you wanted here. Like under algo, you'd put the algorithm, right? Because teamredminer does lots of algorithms, so it would be ET8 or ETH hash, right? And then the stratum pool, the pool address. If you look down below, they've put their own at the ethermine.org. That was like the one that was number 2 on that list on what to mine. And then they had an address here. Most all Ethernet, most all ETH hash addresses, they start with the OX. And a lot of the tokens that are built off of Ethereum, same thing. So you'd put your wallet receive address there, dot, and then your machine name if you want, -P, that's a password, and in most of the Ethereum ones, they don't have a password thing, because you're already unique with your address. And you could literally just hit, fill all that out the way you needed to, right? And then when it's all filled out, double click on this and get it started, right? And it would get going. There usually are some other tweaks, so I would highly recommend you go to the README files and the usage files and read all the little different things that that you can tweak with. One of the things I do like about teamredminer, though, is that I've noticed that I don't feel like I have to do quite as much tweaking as I do with Claymore, and to get my machines running okay. All right, so that's that. That's teamredminer. When I'm mining, there were some algorithms it doesn't do. I love to mine some of the Equihash GPU algorithms like Zcash, Bitcoin Gold, Aeon. There's a whole bunch of other ones. In fact, if we go over here to the mining pool stats under Equihash, Equihash GPU, not Equihash ASIC, and we get this list. Bitcoin Gold, Aeon, Zcash, Zero. I've mined that. Bitcoin Gold is one of my OG coins I've been mining, and I'm very enthusiastic about Zcash as well. And here's a situation I was talking about where one of them owns 61%. So I always mine in one of these other ones over here for Zcash. So it takes a different program. For my AMDs, I like using lolminer. It works really well, very stable, don't have to do a lot of tweaking with it, and it works out good. On NVIDIA, there's a lot of people using MiniZ. There's several others. MiniZ is particularly a favorite of a lot of NVIDIA users. Okay, so that's kind of like the mining side of it. That's kind of the mining side of it real quick. Now I'd like to get you over to the wallet side. So when it comes to wallets, if you already have purchased, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum or some of these, and you've used something like your Cash App, or if you've used an exchange like Bittrex, and you could theoretically mine to that address, the receive address that you have in those exchanges. It's recommended that you don't. And it's not that you can't, but it's not a good habit to be in. You really should just mine to a wallet that you kind of keep for yourself. And you can either do that by going to, let's say for Bitcoin Gold here. Let me find that one here real quick. Like for Bitcoin Gold. By the way, I'm on a site called CoinGecko. A great site to see your the daily, what's, up to the minute pricing on everything. You can also do it in what mining pool stream as well. Is you could actually, I think, if you go down here, you can. It has the here it is, the links. So you can go to the actual website of the coin to find out more about the coin. And all coins create their own wallets. So here's like the Bitcoin Core wallet, one that would just sit inside your computer, is developed by Bitcoin Gold, doesn't cost you anything to get, and when you mine to it, it mines the wallet there. It sits in your computer, safe, it's yours. It's not part of a giant network. Every coin pretty much has a core wallet, and you can always get that because it's in their interest to get you that. To have a wallet for you to put their coin in, right? So here's the other place that the other wallet that I found recently, some months ago, and was just really excited about. The Zelcore wallet. It's made by the Zelcash team, and they are they're doing some stuff that's pretty amazing. So one of the things I like is it's a multi-coin wallet, but there's just one username and one password to get in. So I log that in, and I also have a two-factor ID thing that I've put on top of it, and voila, here comes up my my wallet. I actually have another wallet, but I created this one so that you could see. And actually, it started with just the Ethereum token showing, Ethereum coin showing. And I'm going to show you here that you can click on this little plus sign, add an asset, and here are assets that it does. It is heavy on the Ethereum network tokens that run off of Ethereum. So if you're planning on doing stuff with that, these are pretty much not mineable coins, they're tokens. But once you get Ethereum, you can start buying a lot of these other tokens on exchanges or doing swaps. ZIL can be mined. That is a mineable coin. There's a lot, and over here in just the coins, most of these can be mined. So there's the Zell, and in fact I don't have Zell listed here, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to just add it by clicking on it, and it's added it to my portfolio. Bam, it's right there. If I open it up, it shows a price chart, it shows how many I have, and I can get my receive address right here. I would send with this over there. And the main Zelcore wallet is totally free. You can have 3 separate, like, sort of wallet account looks. It's like if you had a personal and a business or whatever, you could have 3 completely separate ones. There's also something called Zelcore Plus. They offer for a price, and don't quote me right now. I think it's like around, I broke it down to around $4 a month or something like that. And you get all kinds of other features, apps. So the Zell ID thing is the thing that gave me the 2-factor authorization. This Crux Pay is really neat because that's a way to send tokens or coins using the Zelcore wallets, and you send it to what's looks like an email address, as opposed to trying to get all those 32 characters of numbers and letters right for the addresses. I think for a lot of people it makes them feel a lot more safe that they're sending it to the right place. You can set up a portfolio trackers. Those are extras, but you don't have to do that. You can get the main Zelcore wallet for free, and it works fantastically. I've been really happy with this. So that's the wallet situation. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot CPU mining. Right now, there are not as many CPU options as there are GPU options, but there are some coins that are dedicated to CPU mining, and some of them are really teeny tiny, but there are a couple of notable exceptions right now, like Monero, that's been around since almost the beginning, the privacy coin. There's another one called Conceal, whose community is really active right now, and it works in the Kryptonite world. Monero is running on something called RandomX. It's a newer algorithm. So if we go down here to CPU RandomX, let me see if my head, my head's in the way. If we go to RandomX there, and I'm going to click on that, and there's Monero. And again, you can pick your pool. I've been mining off of Mining Pool Hub here, which is at number 11, for Monero right now, there's been some kind of weird thing happening with the Zelcore wallet. So I actually had I have a Monero core wallet from the Monero community. Okay, I just acquired it down here. It actually works. It's a very speedy wallet. Works really well, and so I set that up here. The program that I use, there's about 2 or 3 programs out there for CPU mining and for mining Monero or Conceal. I've been mining with XMRig, xmrig.com. You can go to get their miner, and their program's really interesting because they have this little wizard to help you out, so that you can actually start saying like what pool you're gonna mine in. If it's not there, you put in your own custom pool and all the stats, and it asks you, are you mining just your CPU? Are you adding your graphics card as well? Because you can use your graphics card. Graphics cards actually do not work as well in a CPU algorithm. They will work, but not as efficiently. And certain other things. And when you come out on the other end of the result, it'll give you the whole string of commands that you need if you want to just do it all in a command prompt in the program. There's also a way to go in when you're all said and done, and it will give you what's called the JSON file, and it'll have these lines of code that you put in, and you go into the JSON thing and replace the code that's there with the ones with the lines that need to be replaced, that are the same but now changed specifically for you. And so that takes a little practice. For the longest time, I was actually just always doing the command line. I saved it as a little text file in that folder, so then I would just copy and paste to run the program. And then I figured out how to do the JSON configuring for that. So that's Monero, and like I said, Conceal is another one. I've been mining that recently. It's a very new coin. I mean, it's been around for a little over a year, but that's considered new. They're still in rapid development. They have cold staking for their coins, even through their cloud wallet now. What in the hell is coin staking, cloud wallet, yada yada? Don't worry about that. I'll be explaining that later, but it's a neat feature for certain coins, and so you can do that as well. And like I said, if you look, there's just a whole host of different there's a whole host of different possibilities for yourself. And if you look in the docs for the XMRig miner, there is a place where it shows, here it is, the algorithms. and it goes through all the algorithms. So it includes Kapow, the CN, all the CN stuff. That's the CryptoNote stuff. Argon, RX is the RandomX. That's the new one that Monero's on. So this is a big playground, folks. This is a huge sandbox for you to play in. There is all kinds of manner of things that you can do and all kinds of combinations. It's all up to what you want or what you feel is best. Again, I am not giving you specific financial advice. I'm not a certified financial advisor. These are my opinions. These are the things I've found over the years as I've been doing this. Please do your own research. Please play around. Try this. I haven't tried all these different algorithms. I haven't checked out all these different coins that are associated with them. There may be a nugget of gold that I haven't found myself. I'd really encourage you to play. Look at this as like a game, especially if I'm helping you find ways to do this without much cost up front at all, or if any, free. Hey, and if you ever get stuck, this is just a quick pitch for Discord. If you go to a lot of the different coins websites and scroll way down to the bottom, you'll usually see a lot of social media links, Twitter, Facebook sometimes, Reddit. But Telegram and Discord are the two where a lot of times they have communities where people are all into all of this stuff. They set up their sites on it. And so Discord, they have a lot of them. And if you can see here, I've got the TRM, that's the teamredminer Discord. So like when I have trouble like configuring stuff there, I've been able to go and ask people stuff. There's the Zell cache, the Conceal, Horizon. Here's one for another. This is one for a mining pool, Frosty Pool. So there's all manner of things. If you're using Discord now for like gaming stuff, well, it's here for crypto space as well. Huge, a great source of information. Most people I've met in Discord in these different communities welcome you with open arms. They want you to be involved. They want you in. This is a great world where we're not really competing with each other. We need everyone's participation to make everything strong and work right. All right, last thing. I'm going to show you what I do when I'm done. Like say I've done doing this video editing or whatever, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and the computer is going to still be running. It's going to do my mining work. And I'm going to show you, once you have everything set up and going, how easy it is to make it happen. So this is what I do. I go into my directory, find my miners. In this case, I'm going to open up lolminer for Bitcoin Gold. I get it going. There it is. It found my card, Bitcoin Gold. That's my address to send the money to, with my worker name. And it started working. And then I go over, back up, I go over to XMRig. I've pre-configured it for conceal mining. I have that going. I close that window. I turn off my monitor just to save a little light. And I'm done. It's once you've got it all set up, it is that easy. Again, take your time with this. Check things out. You are more than welcome to post comments and questions at the CryptoMined on YouTube, in the publishing of this video. Also on any of the platforms on NerdCon 1, I'll be more than happy to answer questions to get things rolling. I want to see everyone have as much fun and success with this as I've had. And you will find out that you're either one, gonna have a lot of fun, two, you're gonna make some money, three, all of the above. So this has been the Crypto Mind on NerdCon 1 Network. Thanks for tuning in.